Last time on Critnit, the group spent some time working and delving deep into kind of the lore of what to do next. The group had a conversation with one another about what may lie deep within the 4th level. Lion turtles and other various interesting bits of information have emerged from this conversation that may or may not have direct implications to later lore. But on top of all of this, the group is still making their way 3.5 days now into their journey of a week to Morin. Edward Ludicius has laid quiet wherever he is on the ship, unseen for 3 days, while the rest of them have worked hard on various pieces of either machinery, symbolism, or research. Hello everybody, and welcome to Critnit. Here we have everyone returning once again. Why doesn't everyone take a moment to introduce themselves?
Hey everyone, I'm your lovable fighter Kruz. I'm also James. Hi everybody.
Hey, it's good to be back on the call with everybody. This is Cornish, aka Ghastgar.
Hey everyone, this is Riggs, and you're everyone's lovable Parker Prax.
We have a lovable fighter. And
yeah, the lovable. Everyone's lovable. Everyone loves me.
Well, yeah, everybody loves the Bard. Duh.
We love the Bard as much as the Bard loves socks.
I love everyone else.
A lot of love to go around.
Hi everybody, this is Elliot Flower. I play the unlovable Huum Vall.
Okay, that's a straight up lie, but, cool.
Once upon a time I would have thought that, but your actions and hope will prove otherwise, so...
And hello everyone, I am Lola, and I play Ellanya Omdito.
Twitter fan favorite right there.
And I am Sawyer Fisher, DM of this adventure.
The person
nobody loves.
Oh, hush,
Whom nobody loves. DMs, we are unloved as it is to be at the top.
Hey DM, fuck you.
No, wait, just a minute. Who says I do not love the DM?
I dare argue, are you at the top?
It's lonely up here, so that's where I'm imagining I am.
I don't know, on my screen you're under me, so you're just looking like you're on the bottom.
How dare you, Skype, put me any lower than what I need to be. And here we pick up. The group right now having discussed what may live deep within the fracture. What do you all do?
If I remember, was I still on the deck of the ship, walk around going, where is everyone?
No, everyone was together. You were all regaling to one another what was going on.
You literally just mentioned lion turtle, and then we cut it for a cool cliffhanger.
Yep.
Now, lion turtle, you say?
It was a children's tale. I'm not sure if there's any truth to it. It was just something I was told as a child.
Wait, where's Edward? We have a god on the ship. Why don't we just ask him?
I mean, that's completely and utterly possible. Where is he?
Can I smell him with my animal features?
Make a investigation check with advantage or perception, whichever's higher.
Okay. They are the same.
Okay.
So, we'll do investigation.
Investigation!
16.
With a 16, you are able to, from this place, sniffing around, your bloodhound nose is able to pick up the scent of Edward very faintly down the hallway.
If I go out into the hallway, can I get a better sense from just walking a few doors down?
sniffing down against the floorboards, going left and right, left and right. Your nose leads you right to the base of a door.
Actually, here's what I would like to do. I would like to set a mental alarm should anything exit or leave this room.
Okay. One point of interest, as you smell kind of the baseboards of the door, it is very cold.
Ooh. Cold?
It is cold.
Is it like a magical cold?
You don't really know. It's just colder than the air around and inside kind of the hallway of the airship. It feels like a small downdraft of cold is kind of emanating from below.
I'm going to make note of that and set that alarm, and I'm going to go back to everybody and... hey, everybody. Edward's in the room 3 doors down on the left. And, I'm making up lore, Sawyer. Just deal with it. He's.
I mean, it's a great band, so I'm not gonna hear it play for me.
Yeah, he's in there. If we want to go see about getting him in, but I'm not really quite sure how I feel about talking to Daddy. Oh.
That was a choice of words by Ghastgar.
Quote of the year. Twitter them.
I look over to Jerry and grandfather and begin scratching my head.
Kruz is getting a shudder at that.
And then it strikes Ghastgar that if the box is Jerry's mother and the box was made by, one Edward, and I was also made by Edward, and Jerry is our child, that something really unholy has occurred here.
While I do have words I would like to say to Edward and Odysseus, I actually have to go do something else, and I'll meet you back here later. And Ellanya is going to walk out the door.
Okay. The rest of you, as Ellanya has now left.
Well, congratulations, Ghastgar. You made it so awkward, Ellanya left. And Huum just begins to slow clap.
I do what I do, and I do it well.
Drive everyone who knows you away. I understand.
It's the best way to not get hurt.
Agreed. And Vall also leaves.
Now that's how you make an exit.
All right, Parker.
Parker will look at Ghastgar and... So, should we knock on his door?
Wow, I got really British toward the end. I apologize.
That was really good. Lelanya's rolling off on you.
Haha.
Apparently, Ellanya's name now is Ellanya.
What?
He said Ellanya is rubbing off
Oh.
on you with L's. Yeah, you combined Lola and Ellanya.
Sorry.
Sawyer, how many of those drinks in the fancy small cup have you had?
It's a 3-shot cup, and it's about half empty, so...
I'm pretty sure it was full when we began those recording about 10 minutes ago. Alright. Yeah, let's go talk to him. I suppose he may have some answers or insight, but I really don't like this.
Sawyer, do I have all the materials I need?
4.
Finish my weapon.
Yes, you have the materials.
Yeah, I believe I've given you the barrel that you asked me to make. If I have not, I hand it off.
While they're going to talk to Edward, Kruz is going to find that very boring, and he is going to go put his weapon together.
Okay. Kruz, as you make your way up onto the deck of the ship...
Oh, I'm going to run back and grab Jerry. Hey, I need Jerry.
Jerry goes.
Jerry just poofs out. You see him have his little metal fire lunchbox and his little metal fire hard hat. and his little metal fire vest as he's ready to just go to work.
I casually yell out to Jerry, be sure that he's paying you proper wages. He has a tendency to mistreat his interns.
It's okay, because when Jerry turns around, he points to the Union button on his shoulder.
Oh my god, I love
I'm
it.
pretty sure one of the Deodovan made that for him.
They have great benefits.
He gets 3 solid lumps of coal an hour. All right, so yeah, me and Jerry are going to head up to the forge.
Okay. Heading up to the forge, you find Commander Suthanin, actually, sitting by it, lounging backwards in a chair he's found, smoking a very thick cigar. And as you come up, Kruz, just the man I was looking for. Here you are. And as he stands up, he motions to the pile of equipment littered around your forge. We have separated it into armor, weapons, and we have our various other pieces over here. This all needs to be finished by the time we jump ship in 2 days. So, and he taps you on the shoulder. We expect it there. Thank you. And he begins to walk off, puffing as he does. And you look, it is about 7 sets of armor, about 14 sets of weaponry, varying everywhere from polearms to swords. There's 2 shields, several sets of daggers. Like, there's a lot of weaponry and armory here.
And is it all like just needing sharpened and polished, or is there like bullet holes in them?
There's bullet holes. There's significant work that needs to be done on several of the sets. A lot of them are in really bad shape. Most of them look like they were kind of put together with hempen rope.
Little duct tape here and there.
Little duct tape here and there. And so as you look upon this pile, you realize that this is going to be a lot to fix. And you could do it, as most of it doesn't need to be reforged, but this will take you the 2 days straight of work if you're gonna finish this on time. If not, with help.
How long is it going to take to do my weapon?
With your weapon, it's gonna take probably about a day's worth of work.
Just to put my weapon together?
Yep. It's intricate. It's a lot of little pieces and a lot of still forging and crafting.
I'm going to holler at Commander Suthanin. I'm going to say, hey, wait.
He stops. He turns to you.
I need a hand. You want this done in 2 days? I need 2 understudies.
Well, then I'm very glad you must have access to them.
I don't have access to anybody. So send 2 of your men over, and we'll get this knocked out. My expertise will guide them in training, and then you'll have blacksmiths walking around with you too.
He walks up to you. Well, then I have a question. Without the understudies, how many are you going to need? How long are you going to need in order to complete this work?
I'm gonna totally overshoot and say, well,
That's fine.
I'm gonna pick up one of the shields. I'm gonna inspect it, and I'm gonna say, if all of your equipment is this bad, just a quick glance at everything, 5 days.
5 days? Well, then I'm glad you're coming with us.
Coming with you where?
Oh, when the company jumps ship once we get into more, and many of us can't be seen inside Tailtown. Mild run-ins with the law. It's good to know that you'll be accompanying us as our personal equipment manager.
Oh, no, I'm not leaving with you. That was not in our deal.
You fail to realize what maintaining, improving, and keeping our equipment entails, Kruz.
I said while we were here.
You did not say while we were here. You failed to give me a time frame, which therefore, upon handshaking, has now given your services to us indefinitely.
Oh,
so
you can
either you fix our equipment in 2 days, or you're coming with us to do the job proper.
Okay.
Or you have been violation of all of our agreement, and we will see to it that you are properly brought to justice. And Sandland justice, mind you, is not a kind of justice you want upon you. Speak to Vall if you have any further questions about what happens when you break a contract with a Sandlandian.
What happens if one of the contract holders befalls an accident?
Are you gonna fake your death again?
I'm a pro at it.
But just stay on the ship.
Do it again.
I'm going to accidentally fall off the ship, fly around, land on the other side. Oh no, Kruz is dead.
His name stays the same though.
Should one of the contract holders fall dead or succumb to an illness in death, then yes, no, the other person beholden to the contract is freed of it.
Okay, well, I'm going to get to work on this, send 2 guys over, and we'll get this equipment done in 2 days.
You have your own skills and time and equipment.
I do have my own skills, time, and equipment, but if I check, last time I checked, your men are lying about the ship, not really doing much. I haven't even seen them do so much as pick up a mop. So, let's put them to work. They're going to have some fun. They can do some, assistant work.
In fairness, they probably have picked up a mop. To
To move it out of their way.
To move it out of their way, or to steal it and put it into their things for future who knows what purposes.
And Jerry also put them in place for extorting Ghastgar when they were working.
And it's at this point that as Commander Sutanin turns, they have been doing very little, and they will continue to do little, as they were not part of our contract to continue to work with you. We have no obligation to do so, therefore we will not. And frankly, a blacksmith beholden to us on the ground sounds like a pretty nice thing. So if I were you, I'd get to work if you have any question as to whether or not you're gonna get these done in time. Goodbye, Kruz! And he walks downstairs.
Do I see Merdina around anywhere?
You do not.
Hey, Jerry, let's go find Merdina.
Okay. You begin to look for Merdina. Ellanya, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm looking for an old friend.
Okay. Roll investigation. Or perception, excuse me. Roll perception.
Oh, that is a 16.
16. You were able to find your old friend. Right now, she is in her room, actually. She's been staying there for most of the morning. And she right now is trying to cover her face with a pillow, as on the other bed, there is a jumping Merdina, as she just is bouncing up and down on the springs of the bed, just consistently. Not really jumping around or doing anything, just in place.
Is the door open, then?
Door was closed, but you know which one she's in there, and just opening a little bit, you can see her.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like knock on the door frame as I open it, and I'm just gonna kind of lean against the door frame and be like, "Hello, Adji."
You see her just put up a hand, not taking the pillow off of her face.
I'm gonna walk in and close the door behind me, and I'm gonna kind of like sit not next to her, but in front of her on the bed. I'm gonna say, "I have an idea. Do you want a break?"
As you've walked in, hi, Ellanya. How's it going? You see Adji just kind of peek out from underneath her pillow and, yes, I would. Why? What do you have in mind?
And I'm going to lean into her ear, and I'm going to lean, it involves drool spit.
You see her eyes wide for a moment. Yes, but I have to keep watching Merdina.
I have a friend. And Ellanya is going to pull Walter out of her pendant.
Okay. In a flash of Magitech from your back, a small tendril connects to your necklace, and then out pops Walter onto the ship, claws tapping on the ground as he does. And Merdina stops jumping and just stares at him.
I'm going to have him shapeshift to a tabby cat, and then to a tiger, a tabby cat, and back to a tiger, just to really get her, staring at him.
When he shrinks down, you see Merdina kind of look closer at him, and then when he springs back into his tiger form, Merdina literally falls on her back on the bed, and whoa, 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 whoa. And she's enthralled with Walter.
I'm gonna hand her the Magitech drive, and I'm gonna say, Walter, I don't know if you've ever played Run and Catch before, but would you mind playing with Medina here for about a couple hours?
You see him look at you, look at Medina, who is now like scritching him a little bit, and he looks back to you. I can take care of that. Don't worry
All
about it.
right. Go have fun, you two. And one thing, Medina, before you leave. Stay with Walter. Do not get into much trouble, and I have a fun game to play with you afterwards.
Her eyes wide as she nods. Okay. Agi definitely looks at you, Ellanya, and is like, are you sure she won't get into any trouble?
Oh no, Walter's a good guardian.
Okay, I trust you. And off Walter goes, bounding out the door, up the hallway, and out onto the main deck of the ship. And you are left with Agi.
All right, I'm gonna pull the pillow away from her and go, come on.
Agi gradually pulls herself up. You see like these bags under her eyes, like she hasn't slept for several days. And all right. What do you suppose to do on a ship with very little space and even less places to spend where idiots don't abound?
We'll just go to the kitchens, and if anyone's in there, I'll just stick Fluffy on them.
Very well, gladly. And she follows you into the kitchen.
When we go towards the kitchen, though, do we pass my name is at all? Or her room? Because I have a little thing I'm going to slip under her door.
Well, you do pass her, but her door is on the ground still. And she's actively trying to lift it back up onto its hinges.
Who knocked it on the ground?
That was when everybody was, Kruz, when everyone was in there. They're like, oh, open up the door.
Oh, right. I can remember for a second. Ellanya's going to look at the door and look at my name is, and she's going to be like, what happened?
As she, stops lifting it about 2 inches off the ground and it clashes back down, she looks at you. Your friends are what happened. The other guild members of No One decided to have a conversation with Ludicius after myself and Mr. Tibia were in the middle of one. After the door got knocked down, I left to cool down, but I realized that all the other rooms are taken and this is mine, and now I don't have a door. So I'm trying to fix my door. But it's very heavy, and I cannot lift it.
I'm going to hand her the slip of paper, and then I'm going to look at Agi and be like, can you help her? Because I can't lift that, so there's no way.
Just stand aside, don't worry. And Agi just bends down at the knees, grabs the door, lifts it up, puts it over onto the hinges, just snaps it into it, shoulder checks the door into the hinges, and then it just kind of moves back and forth, and it's fine. And my name is just looks at me like, thank you, darling. You're welcome. Bye.
All right, and we're
How
gonna
long
head
can
to-
we have the DM have a conversation with himself? How long?
Not with two characters who have similar voices. That's the one stipulation. When I was practicing this earlier, that's what I found.
I'm gonna walk to the kitchens.
Okay. You all make your way towards the kitchen. Ghastgar, Parker, you have been in front of Edward Ludici's door as the group has kind of split off into their individual places. What are you doing?
Right now, I am standing in front of the door with my hand in my paw, rubbing my forehead and saying, do we really have to talk to him? Do we?
If it makes you feel better, then I'll do the talking.
Yep, you do that. And I jump up onto your shoulder. And
Aw.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but when I was figuring out which room he was in, I noticed that it's really cold. Really cold in there.
Interesting.
So, and with that, I lay down on his shoulders like, I'm warm and fuzzy.
And Parker will knock on the door.
Knocking on the door. There's nothing for several seconds. And then the door just opens into the room. Inside, you see Edward Ludicius laying in a bed. Blankets very neatly pulled up to his chin. His eyes closed, his arms underneath the blankets. You can just see his head on the pillow, and he's looking straight up. Inside, immediately opening the door, or the door opening, you feel this rush of cold air as it just kind of floods over and down towards your hips and legs and knees. And he's just laying there.
Any hint as to where the cold is coming from? Is a window open?
The window is not open, and there's no immediate indication as to where this cold is coming from.
And can Parker make an Arcana check?
Please do.
See if there's a magical source of this cold.
I was curious if I may do the same.
Yes, make Arcana checks.
With a natural 20.
Natural 20, crit net!
25.
I have a non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20, crit net! You two walk in, and you're able to deduce that the source of the cold, getting closer and closer, is emanating from the air around you. It seems as though there's no source to it, but this general, I would say, it is a magical effect, most certainly. And given the fact that Edward is the only thing in this room, you can surmise that either he's casting it or something on his person is emanating it, and it's linked to him.
So are you trying to put yourself into a cryogenic state, or what's going on? And are we speaking to Ludicius, or are we speaking to Ensimilin?
From kind of the general area above Edward, you hear a voice echo. To whom you are speaking does not matter, but she is helping me recover in regard to the cold.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad to know that it's helping you recover, and that maybe it sounds like it probably would not be a good idea for Jerry to come in here, because that might be antithetical to your purposes. So I will make note of that.
Wait, recover from what?
And it's at this you hear a voice echo around you guys, a different voice. He is under much strain right now. He right now has been injured. And events like what happened in the other room take their toll on him severely. It's a voice you guys have heard before. It's a voice of Ellanya.
I perk way up at that. Valia? What? Is there an orb here? Somewhere?
He has possessed one for quite some time, actually. My brother is someone who I've kept a very close eye on, even in his injured condition, and for the reasons that he possesses my power, for selfish may they be sometimes. He is in fact my brother, and I will do well to protect him, even in times like these when he suffers greatly.
Hold on, can you go into detail? What trauma has he suffered?
Is this got anything to do with whatever conflict the Silver Shade was telling us about that he had?
It is that exact conflict that I refer to, actually. Several years ago, you may have heard of the fall of Mist and Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Edward was there. Matter of fact, he was being hunted throughout the fracture at that time by the Silvered Shade. Several times he came very near to death, and Ensimilin saved him. Several times he almost perished, but he managed to slip by and slip through. He managed to reach the surface just in time and was able to escape barely with his life. It was only upon finding my orb that he has survived up to this point.
Were you in an orb form in Mist and Sweat?
He had not discovered mine by that time. No, he escaped to the surface when he was able to discover one of my orbs in the city.
He found you in the city. So this begs a question that I've got then. Were you in Mist and Sweat?
No, I did have an orb in Mist and Sweat.
Okay, I know that.
What was Edward doing in Mist and Sweat?
Yeah, that's what I would like to know. You said he was being hunted. Is this where he was trying to find refuge?
It's at this moment that you see, kind of to the left of the bed, almost like a faint shimmer through the cold air. And almost like the form of an arm and a hand attached to a female form in a dress kind of reaches down next to the bed and produces Edward's hand and kind of holds it close. He was there because he was hunted by the Shade. The Shade was going to kill him. He managed to make it through Mist and Sweat. The beasts that hunted him met resistance through the town, and they were fought back, and he was able to get through and escape.
Were the beasts oozes?
I do not know what the beasts were. I cannot see inside Edward's head, but he's described them as great and unlike any other beast that was in the fracture at the time.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
You see the hand fall back to the bed.
You know what I think Edward was doing in Mist and Sweat? I think Edward was working with the Reinhardts, trying to find more divinelings, to maybe use those to heal him, to get back at the Shade. And that's when the Shade found him.
You see the visage of the woman a little bit clearer now. Kind of look down at him and say, he could be lying to me. Everything he's told me could have been a lie. My brother is not the same as he once was. He's been injured and hurt. And being close to death brings out the truth in even the greatest of liars. And his admission of failure is something that no one would never have done, because he failed in what he set out to do.
All those people died because of him. Did you stop them? He sure didn't. Where's the justice? It was because of you and him. Those people suffered and died.
He has made mistakes, but I feel that he is close to renouncing all that he once held dear to himself. All of the lies, all of the lying, all of the visages that he's held. I feel that he is getting closer and closer to throwing them off once and for good, to owning to his mistakes, for if he does not own that he did something wrong, there is no justice. But if he, brought to justice by his own hand, will carry the burden of what he has done and pay the cost of what it would mean for those who have fallen, and for those whose lives were taken, and all of his various endeavors, then I find that greater justice than if he was to be taken to court and found guilty. And that is why I am with him.
I'm gonna tap down on Ghastgar and... You see, Ghastgar, this is the face of your hope. She cares more about her brother than she does the people who follow her. These gods are useless. Now, we're looking for the Temple of Kret. Can you help us or not?
The temple. I can. And it's at that moment that you see Edward's eyes kind of pop open. The Temple of Kret. Yes, I can help you. He kind of looks up to the visage of Valia. It is okay, sister. Do not worry. I am healed enough. There will be more time to rest later. But they do need my attention. And he kind of sits up and grimaces and winces. Kind of swings his legs over. And the visage, stutters for a moment, looking down at Edward and then looks up to you, Ghastgar. You are working hard to bring me back. Hope will live on as long as we cannot give up hope on even the most hopeless.
I'm going to say this, and I want to make it as poignant as I can. You all mean nothing if you keep about your own agendas. If you keep pursuing your own ends instead of leading by example, unity and unifying with the now one and only goal that remains to all sentient life on this plane of existence, then your existence is meaningless. Your hope is meaningless. Your purposes are meaningless. So are you ready to renounce all of your own personal ambition and get on the train and truly be a help? Or a pretense is going to continue? That's what I would like to know before we even really accept any help from you.
Walking up to you, a unified world, full of those who live in harmony and peace.
I didn't say harmony and peace. I said unified.
Unified is my greatest goal. It is the greatest, the epitome of hope in the world that all could cast aside.
But you are the self-proclaimed god of lies and tricks.
I am the goddess of hope, mind you. I'm the visage of Valia speaking to you, as I have changed.
I was speaking to Edward.
Sorry, no.
Because he had come to.
No. Edward on the ground looks up, or on the bed looks up to you, and does in fact nod. Yes, I am going to put aside all of my endeavors, everything that I have sought after, and I am done with all of my plans. Everything that Insimilin and I had, everything that I was trying to accomplish has failed and brought nothing but ruin. Valia has begun to bring me to a greater understanding of what the possibilities are in this world. And through healing me and doing a lot for me, I have learned that giving is worth so much more than taking. And if we can learn to give co-equally, peace will reign.
Oh joy. I like the words coming from your mouth. What I will like more is the fruit of them, should your heart be with them.
Also, can I make an insight check?
Please make an insight check.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for.
18.
Ooh.
Okay, this is a question that I have. Is your skepticism on your face, Parker, obvious?
Yes.
Okay. Then, as you are beginning to look deeper and to perceive his thoughts and such, one of my little bauble things, one of my little orbs or spheres or whatever we want to call them, levitates above over your head a little bit and shines a light onto him that reveals facial features a bit more for any tells that he might have, granting you a +5 to your roll.
A +5 would put me at 23.
Looking into the eyes of Edward, drooping, he looks sallow, like he hasn't eaten in quite a long time. He's telling the truth. He looks like he's at the genuine end of his own rope and doesn't have anything else that he can do.
Not to beat a literally almost dead horse. People change their minds when they start feeling better. You're obviously not feeling well now. Obviously need help now. In moments of weakness, people find humility. When people feel strong, they lean into their pride. Remember this moment. Let it truly guide you. Otherwise, your words now are as empty as anything you've ever said previous.
Then he sits up and then kind of like falters and goes back down to the bed and then stands up once more time. Then Ghastgar, as a show and the first step to me backing up my words as to who I am and my true intentions. I am sorry for everything that I've caused, and for what has happened. And as Valia looks to him and he looks to her, he looks at the visage, and as my first showing of my promise to you, I wish to bring back Valia in her truest form. And as the visage kind of turns to you, she kind of goes and kind of like, you're still on top of Parker's head, right?
Yep. Or shoulders, yeah.
She kind of like puts both her hands on your shoulders and just kind of like puts her head, like forehead, against yours, Ghastgar, just for a moment, because she is fairly tall. You are doing wonderfully to fulfill what you have sought out to do. The 4th level is where the next piece lies. And I know that in your heart that you are seeking it out. And she kind of like moves your hands closer and it's just, thank you. And I truly think that he can be one to help bring us back. Will you help us? Truly.
Valia, I appreciate you, and I've appreciated everything that you have done. And every encounter that we've had with you and the pieces of you, you've been joyous and mystifying. And all I have to know about you is that you have the purest of intentions. We are not here to help you. We are here simply to help our neighbor.
She reaches out her hand. Then let me help you first. Let me give you the power to bring about this peace you are seeking.
I will reach out and take the hand.
And she kind of moves a little bit and just, and please, do promise to bring me back.
Yes, if nothing else, you ought to be whole.
To my full strength, then. And as you shake the hand of the visage, the elements of her begin to congeal. The shimmering air begins to kind of break down from the bottom, from where it connects to the ground, kind of roll into your hand, into this small crystalline that kind of coats your palm, and then suddenly begins to melt into it, and then into your hand, and you feel this power begin to surge inside of you, and you feel stronger. You feel connected. You can feel the world around you a little bit better. You can feel, looking at Edward, you can not just see him, but see just a little faint of an outline around him. You can begin to feel him so much clearer. And as Edward stands, oh, how I've missed this. Oh. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Temple of Kret. I can help you. Point me to a map.
For that, we will need to find Vall. I turn to Parker. Parker, can you go find Vall? I have one thing that I would like to ask no one that very few people can give an answer to, and perhaps only he can provide a solution to. But we do need Vall, or helping us find Kret. And I have no idea where to find him.
Yes, that's fine. I was holding back puke this whole time, so I need to leave.
All right.
And then Parker will leave and start looking for Huum.
Okay.
How do you want to handle this now 5-way party split?
Well, with the shortest one, James. Merdina comes bounding up on the back of Walter, gets to the surface, and she right now, with Walter, on the back of Walter now scurries up the ropes that like surround the ship, and they're up onto kind of like the cross beam, up where the balloon begins to meet it. Both of them hop off, and they're now beginning to chase each other through the various ropes and girders that are above all of the ship.
And I see her doing this.
Yes.
I'm going to take a deep sigh. I'm going to let her play, and I'm going to go find Blow Dart.
Oh, okay.
Blow dart.
Good old blow darts.
I know he's here.
He's not gonna help you unless you call him Duma.
You're gonna begin to look through him through the ship. Ellanya. Oh gosh, this really is like an 8-party split. Frack.
We're all split up on the same ship.
Vall, are you doing anything in particular?
Yeah. Do you remember that guild I helped out, and they proclaimed that they didn't know their own strength back in Hopewell?
Oh gosh.
Is it Segwin? Guild Segwin?
No. Was it Laughter?
I thought it was Guild Goang.
It may have been
Going,
Guild.
that's
No, it
what
was
I
going.
meant.
It was
That's what I
going.
meant.
It was
Dang
going. Yep.
I was like, the music god. Damn it.
Yep. Nope, you're right.
All right. Vall has committed graffiti on one of the hallways of the ship of their guild symbol, surrounded by the symbol of Litzit, god of ill fortune. And he's currently using it as target practice with his hand crossbow out of spite. Just pa-ching, flap, all the way down the hallway.
Okay.
Vall is incredibly bored.
Yes.
He's settled on spite. He has settled on spite.
Ellanya, you, Agi, and my name is all have found your way into the kitchen, while outside the door you hear, as it sounds like someone is shooting a crossbow into the side of the ship, but from the inside.
Is it close by?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk over there really quick. I'll meet you guys in the kitchen. Just give me 2 moments. And I'm gonna walk towards the noise.
Okay, just opening up the door to the kitchen, a bolt flies right by you and sticks into this makeshift target that Vall has crafted down the hallway.
All right. Vall, what are you doing?
No, how do I...
Not
for you?
Huum.
Oh, I approve of this so much.
Sorry,
What's
that
wrong,
face.
Elliot?
That face is all that I needed in my life.
I'm only plotting what to do if I ever meet a certain guild again. But that is none of your business. What do you wish of me, Ellanya?
Well, geez, you could have just told me that, and I could have been like, oh, well, if you want to have a drink, but it's none of my business, so continue on. And then she's gonna turn around and slam the kitchen door.
I resume firing.
Lonnie rolls her eyes and she hears another one.
Okay.
Look at me. I am a big, strong warrior. I am getting my butt kicked by the monsters out of the fracture. He fires another one.
Alani's gonna walk up to the table, pull out some drool spit from her bag, and be like, as promised. And I'll pour a glass for me and Agi, but I don't know if my name is drool spit.
My name is petite dragonborn lady that she is. She has a kind of a grayish dress on at this point. Kind of folds around most of her in front of herself and is buttoned on the bottom right and kind of top left. Sorry, bottom right, kind of top right. And it's interesting because she kind of reaches in between into what would seem to be a pocket and pulls out about a 2-ounce shot glass labeled My Fun Cup and sets it down. Don't worry, I've brought my own.
What else are you hiding in there?
Well, as she reaches in, pulls out a... okay. Anyway, as she just reaches in and pulls out a bottle of wine and sets it on there. I'm hiding a lot, my dear, for any circumstances. As she also pulls out a pistol, 3 knives, and about 18 incendiary shots, and just kind of lays them out.
And why don't you go into the fracture with me?
I have to be prepared in case any of the guild members get too rambunctious. Unfortunately, I haven't had anyone hit on me in 5 years, but still.
No one's hit on you in 5 years. I will note of that. That is a sin, madam. And I'm gonna take my first shot at drool spit.
Agi, watching you take it, immediately grabs her cup and downs hers as fast as she can. My name is at the same time grabs hers and downs hers. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that is a 17.
17. Ellanya, you feel a buzz hit you almost immediately. And it's pretty strong stuff. But looking at Agi and Mai, as they both down theirs, Mai hits kind of the back wall, and then Agi hits about the same time as they both kind of slide down to the ground, put their hands out, and then just kind of find their way back to their feet. Almost immediately intoxicated.
You lightweight.
That was from the top of the bottle. You fed me the top of the bottle. You know that is the strongest portion.
The strongest
it,
portion
Ellanya.
for the strongest woman, of course.
You see her kind of put her hand to her chest, thank you.
Of course.
Much appreciated. Where's Medina? She would appreciate this. You're so nice to me.
Well, she could calm down for a moment. Of course.
And my name is just, you're fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Don't worry. I can still sign all of your names perfectly if I needed to write a contract.
Oh!
It's a trick of mine. My hand kind of writes by itself, actually. It's really weird. It started happening 7 years ago.
Just out of nowhere, your hand moves itself for signatures.
Well, for signatures, writing contracts at night, it just kind of does its own thing. So I kind of just been letting it do it.
What else do you write when you're not doing contracts? What does your hand do? What are you writing?
It doesn't do writing. It kind of walks along the desk sometimes. It just kind of does its own thing. It's a great trick. I love it. Sometimes I wind up talking to it and the other secretaries. they find it very strange and they start laughing at me. But, I don't see very well, so it's company. Good company, to say the least.
My name is You Need to Go on a Date, darling.
Yes, I know, but I haven't had anyone who has been willing to date me.
Oh, really?
I'm not exactly the best looking in the guild hall,
I think you're blind.
There's a lot of very strong and nimble women throughout the whole thing, and I'm a secretary.
Oh, I think you're so blind, my name is.
Boys! Sorry, that was the bottom of my bottle. She points to her eyes. Well, practically I am.
Practically you are. What do you mean?
Well, I don't see very well, so
Okay.
anything beyond 10 feet is really blurry for me.
So they gave her a gun.
She gave herself a gun.
I will remember
She has
that
point,
for combat.
she
Now
has
I
point
know.
blank shot, okay?
Now I know why she doesn't go to the fracture.
Yep.
Okay, let me think. Well, maybe you should go say hi to Relic sometime. He's also not had a date in a while.
You see immediately her, as much as she's kind of intoxicated by this point, you see her cheeks kind of grow red, even through her kind of grayish skin. She's just Relic, he wouldn't be interested in a date by any means.
Elanya is leaning in super hard, big smile on her face.
I'm sure.
She's taking another shot at drool spit because I'm going all in.
Roll another Constitution save. It's seeing you Agi jumps for the bottle, kind of knocks it over, spills some, and is immediately no, and then just takes what she would amount to a shot just straight out of the bottle, and then puts it back onto the counter, where Mai kind of grabs it, kind of pours another shot, a little bit shaky, but then takes it. Oh man.
That was a 13 for Constitution.
Ellanya, you are now seeing 4. Right now, there is 2 Agis and 2 My Name Is, and as they look at you, and they're both moving. At times, there's about 6 of them, and it is really hard to focus now.
Oh, God. Ellanya,
Relic, you really think that I have a chance of getting a date with Relic?
I absolutely think that's a great idea. Which one of you am I looking at? There's a lot of you now.
It's interesting. 3 of the 4 of the versions of My Name Is look left, and the one on the right looks right, sees the other ones, and immediately looks left again to match the other ones.
And that's a sign it's time to go to bed.
When your doubles that you're seeing are just as equally confused, you see Mai kind of look at you guys and like, well, what if I went and asked him out on a date? Do you think he would say no? He would say no, right? You think?
No, he would definitely say yes. 10 out of 10, My Name Is. I have no need other thing for you since I was like 12.
Then, because you said it, I'm gonna go ask him right now. And she goes.
Wait!
She opens the door, and immediately a dagger flies by. Excuse me. And immediately a bolt flies by. She stops.
No, it's a dagger now. I'm throwing things.
A dagger flies by, and she stops. Kind of closes the door.
The door falls off the hinge.
The door falls off the hinge, smashes onto the ground. She looks down. Frack it! And immediately begins to walk towards where the daggers are coming from, stomping as she does, yelling, Relic! Relic! I need to see you right now!
I can only assume that it was not hard to eavesdrop on this entire conversation.
No, they've been yelling everything for the past 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So yeah, no, it's been very easy to hear this.
Oh my God.
Huum has entirely run out of things to throw at this point as she's stomping down the hallway. The dagger was literally the last thing. And as she's getting ready to stomp on by, he starts fishing in his little pack of charms of deities, and he pulls out one of Yurth, god of good fortune. And he also pulls out one for Rampathana, goddess of war, and holds them out to her like best of wishes. I hope you have good luck.
As she goes, she grabs both of them, looks at you, and says, "Lucky got nothing to do with it. I'm getting myself a turtle tonight."
If you cannot be lucky, then be skilled.
And she wiggles her finger as she walks up the stairs.
I don't want to go pick up all of my things, I suppose. And Vall just takes a nap right there. Just leans up against the wall.
Okay, Agi right now, who is up against the corner, leaning there, and is now kind of made her way. Actually, no, she's kind of made her way over to you, just kind of hopped up on the counter and kind of thrown her arm around you. And mind you, Agi's a big tiefling, and she's just leaning into you, and she's heavy, and you're drunk, and it's hard to prop her up, but you're doing the best you can. Make a strength check.
Oh no! That was a 5.
5. Immediately, with all her weight, you both fall. She falls off the counter. You both land on the ground, laughing your heads off. And as she kind of lays there, it feels good to get away from Medina for a little bit. Gosh, I love her, but man, does she drive me crazy. So much.
Well, then just, when I'm back on top, and then you just got to let me know, and, I'll totally have Walter watch it for a bit, and we can just do something.
Which, by the way, how long have you had a personal babysitter that you just haven't told me about? That's why I could have used that for, the past 10 years of my life.
Because I have to have magic tech drives to make him come out as dependent, and he comes out in the fracture, but he won't come out on the surface.
It's more worth it for that than I got money to pay for Magitech. If you babysitter, I will pay you. to keep her busy for a little bit, because she is crazy. Medina, I need to find Medina.
We told Walt a couple hours, and I think we've been 3.
we should go find them. And as she kind of like stands up, she tries to like help you up, and
oh no.
Oh, she like reefs you off the ground and like lifts you into the air and just sets you on your feet.
Okay.
And you know, she's like 8 inches taller than you, 10 inches taller than you. She looks down at you and that's better. And immediately turns and walks out into the hallway, turns right. And then you see her for a moment, and then she walks immediately left as she's stumbling past and now the right direction.
I follow her.
Okay. Following her out, you guys make your way past a sleeping Vall, who right now is napping on the side. And while that is happening, Ghastgar, you and Parker have now finished your conversation with Edward. Kruz is right now working hard on his labor.
As soon as they pass, I steal into the room and I'm going to take the rest of their bottle.
Oh no!
Okay, do you drink of it?
Absolutely.
Please roll a constitution save.
I've had a good history with this, and by that I'm telling a bold-faced lie. Hey, a 17.
17. Taking a shot. Man, it burns. It hurts. And it's bad. But immediately you feel the buzz in the back of your skull. And you feel like you're tipsy already. And there's still about like 10 shots left in this bottle.
I know how this evening is going to end for me.
As you take another shot.
No, I'm going to go inside to collect my things and see if I can pick everything up before I pass out. A traditional stealing game.
Okay. When you exit out from the kitchen, you already see Button starting to gather up your knives as fast as he can.
I shake the bottle at Button.
He signs to... You got a cup.
I have the bottle.
He reaches out, grabs the bottle.
My things. No. My things, Button. My things.
You see him take out your 3 daggers, pull out a couple crossbow bolts.
I know I fired more than that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do me that.
He pulls out your cred stick. He pulls out your knife. He pulls out the gun. He pulls out your underwear and gives it to you.
Does he wear whitey tighties? Please tell me he does.
He's not fine.
No, they're knit. They're hand knit underwear.
What in the world? Button.
And he realizes that's not yours and he stuffs it back in.
Oh, whose are they?
Roll a perception check to see whose name was stitched into it.
Oh boy. That is a 25.
25.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
My name is.
No! What?
On second thought, Button, we're going to use that right now. Right now, my name is drunk off of her buttons. This button excluded. And she's on her way to go confront Relic. So we have a plan, is that once it gets to the height of the moment, we will throw that between them. And we will see the whole situation detonate in the best way possible. Button, are you with me in this act of chaos?
He nods emphatically and then reaches for the bottle.
As he reaches for the bottle, I am going to sleight of hand, take back all of the rest of my things.
Okay, please roll sleight of hand.
Natural 19, natural 19. 19 for a 25.
With a 25, you're able to steal back your pack, your sleeping roll, your 3/10 of a ration, and all the other random stuff that he had on him, including your 18 bags of ball bearings.
Yep. Good.
Takes a swig, and he's as good as you. More or less.
All right. We're off to cause problems.
You're off to cause problems. Parker and Ghastgar, everyone right now is either drunk or working. What are you two doing?
I look at him like, first of all, okay, you said I noticed a glow around Edward, and I'm assuming that is like a bit of divine nature stuff. When as I'm still sitting up on Parker's shoulders, do I see a glow around him or in him or anything like that?
You do see a similar glow around Parker.
Huh. Parker?
Yes, Ghastgar.
Did you know that you have a glow about you?
Parker, you're simply glowing tonight. You're luminescent.
I don't feel it. I didn't sleep very well last night.
No, for real. Like, you're glowing. Did you know that?
So would I see it?
Yes, you would see it with your same constant that he has now.
Am I glowing, Parker?
Yeah, I guess I never actually looked at myself, but yes, I am glowing. You are too.
Well, I think I have some new things to reckon with. But in all seriousness,
No, hold on. Wait, did you know Vall has a spell book?
He does? He
Yes.
has a spell book?
Yes, he does.
Is it the map?
It was in the same book, yes.
Does he know it's a spell book?
I mean, that he is the one who called it the spell book.
He called it a spell book?
Yeah, he called it a spell book.
Was I there for that? This is Chris asking.
I peeked inside and I didn't see any spells. Nothing I saw.
Well, I mean, are we even certain that Vall knows how to read and write?
Has there been a part that Vall has just written normally?
He's miscommunicated what Vall means. And when he looked in the book, it was A for alligator, B for banana. It was
First letters.
He said spell book, but he went spelling book.
Task failed successfully twice because it only has doodles, no actual words.
Parker can't confirm this.
Yes. It was just symbols that I did not recognize whatsoever.
Okay, So, out of curiosity, did something similar to you and going happen to what just... Like, it felt like... I mean, we've interacted with Orbs of Valia before. We've had conversations with Orbs of Valia before. We just had a conversation with the manifestation of Valia before. Never once has she melted into me before. Did something like that happen with you and... Was it going?
Yeah, it was going, yes. And the way I remember the vision was when he reached out and I touched his hand. When we formed our pact, I was actually awoken when Edward was picking me up in the fracture. I did not experience any melding.
Okay, yeah, because that felt really weird how she, melted into my arm. It felt kind of cold and cooling, and now it's like a comforting sort of feeling, which is really weird. You know, it's almost like they could make some sort of wrap material around apply to sore spots on your body that first starts off a bit icy and then gets warm.
Like a chilly warm.
Ah! Chill and warm. I like that.
Yes, I feel like this has given me an inspiration for a new invention I must work on. But
Yes, spicy chili.
Spicy. This frost is spicy.
Ew, frosting?
No, not frosting. The frost. Like,
Oh.
jeez. No.
Oh, shaved ice, but put jalapeno vodka over it.
No, stop it. Jalapenos? No, habaneros. Carolina Reaper?
We don't talk about that.
mango habanero shaved ice.
I hate you all.
It's awful. Oh gosh. Okay. So, yeah, something weird just happened to me, and now you glow, and Edward glows, and I'm curious to see who else glows.
What? Wait a minute, you said Edward was glowing. Earlier when I was looking at him, he did not glow.
Oh, yeah, no, he glows.
Interesting.
He glows. That's what I saw him glow, and I like shook my head, and I looked at him some more, and then I saw the side of your head out of the, like, my peripheral vision, and it was glowing. And then I leaned back and I looked at you and saw that you were glowing, and then I saw that I was glowing. And I'm curious to see if everyone glows now. And so I would kind of like to go for a walk.
I mean, that's fine. We need to find Vall anyway.
So should we go find the rest of our goof-offs?
Yes, but let's go find them.
Okay. And, hey, you know, along the way, if we happen to see Luthen or Runcia, I would like to have a conversation with them. I mean, you know how we had the whole run-in with the Bronzemen before? We learned that they were a part of the Deodovan sort of things?
Yes.
Yeah, and do you remember me trying to find my friend when we first all met, like, a couple weeks ago, Bartholomew?
That seems so long ago. Yeah, I do. But yes.
Yeah, how long have we known each other in universe? Is it only been? It's been like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Okay, lots of things have occurred. Yeah. Well, last time I had saw him, and then this is just kind of clicking for me, is that he was terrified, and I think, and he was an information broker and a pretty skilled thief. And suddenly he wanted to join the guild hall to get some protection from some people that he called the Bronzemen, and told me to watch out for them. Well, I now have some context for that, and we happen to have some Deodovan folks who are friendly with us. So I wouldn't mind having a conversation with them if we happen to see them on our way. But who else do you think might glow? Like, I'm curious, like, does Kruz glow? Have you ever looked at Ellanya? Does Ellanya glow?
No, nothing really glowed for me, so I don't have it as a constant. It's kind of blink really hard and it goes away.
I blink really hard. It doesn't go away, Sawyer.
No?
I rub my eyes.
Still there.
Yeah, that's not working. So let's go on an afterglow trip.
Did they eat the mushrooms out of my bag and now they're seeing everyone glow?
You ever get like the leftover Frito or the Cheeto dust, and you just rub the Cheeto dust right into your eyeball?
Ooh.
And you have like Cheeto vision?
It is always a mistake. We're gonna move along now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move along.
No. Go on
Okay.
in detail.
At this point, has Kruz found Dunma?
Oh gosh, Dunma, you were still looking for Dunma. Frack. Yes, looking for Dunma. You have found Dunma with all of the other sellswords in his, in their room, just lounging, laying back, feet kicked up.
Why is Dunma with all the sellswords?
Because they're not doing anything. Duma's found his
One
place
typically
with
hangs
people.
out with the cool kids.
Yeah. Right now, Agi
well.
and Merdina are out doing his other thing. Nat's probably like staring at the sky or something. He's here with the people who are with him, not wanting to do anything. So he found a group of people who are after his own heart. So he's just kind of chilling with them.
Duma,
What? What do you need?
how would you like to have it so I don't call you Blow Dart anymore?
He blinks.
And I won't tell anybody the story of why you got the nickname Blow Dart.
The sellswords kind of look to him quietly, and all the other ones look, and then he turns to you. They kind of already know the story of how I became Blowdarts because Vall told them.
Oh, well,
But
It was literally like the first story he regaled to them. When I walked in here, they're like, "Look at that! There's Blowdarts." He's like,
Twice.
"Frack." So yeah, I don't see anyone on this ship that you can tell that they don't already know.
okay, well, so you know how I was adopted into the Silinaras?
Yeah.
How would you like me to not make it a royal proclamation? Sorry. Couldn't get that out.
Well, coming from an heir who can't even say the word proclamation, I think I'm pretty okay.
Don't get mad at me. Hey. Don't hold it against me stumbling over words I'm not used to using. But I can make it a proclamation.
Proclamation of what?
Telling everyone how you got the nickname. And making it a law that everyone calls you Blow Darts.
His eyes narrow towards you. But then you see
Just come with me.
Tumblebrook kind of like sit up. And as like Blowdarts kind of puts his legs down, you see Tumblebrook kind of like reach across the table and kind of like push his chest back into like his resting position. And just, no. That's not what we do here. And kind of kick his feet back up. And Blowdarts kind of looks at him and looks at you, Kruz, and just call me BD from now on.
baby daddy.
And he closes his eyes, throws his hand. Dadgummit, Ellanya, why did you have to ruin that? These people are teaching me not to worry about the little things in life so much when you can just kick back and relax instead.
Fine, whatever. And Kruz is going to go back to the deck.
Okay.
When I get up there, I'm going to start sorting everything out from most damage to easy, quickest to fix, and I'm going to just get to work.
Okay. You get to work. As you begin to have Jerry warm up the first sword, you hear, coming from below deck, Martina! Martina, where are you? As Agi kind of stumbles out from below deck, Ellanya kind of close behind her, and she kind of looks up, tries to like look around, and gets back up. And Martina, you're up there. Get down here. You're going to hurt yourself. And you just see Martina running through the rafters with Walter continuously still.
Walter.
How can I tell how drunk they are?
Yes, very. It's not hard to tell.
Okay.
As Sawyer finished chug-a-lugging his own drink.
I am going to ignore them as much as possible because the last thing I want them doing is stumbling over to try to help me.
Oh, I won't. Don't worry.
I don't know what drunk people will do. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to get this work done. While one sword is heating, I'm looking at the other ones that just need sharpened. I'm going to knock out the sharpened ones. And I'm literally doing the bare minimum on them. Like, they're going to be functional, put back together, and done.
Perfect. And that's all what they're looking for.
Am I going to be able to shave somebody's face with these weapons? No. Are they going to be able to chop somebody's hand off? A butter knife can chop somebody's hand off, so yeah. It's just gonna hurt more.
I don't know if chop is the word to use for a butter knife slowly sawing through a hand.
Oh no, if you swing that butter knife hard enough, it will chop.
I don't think there's a human alive who can swing a butter knife hard enough to cut a hand off of someone.
You get a 20 in strength, you could.
There might be a dragonborn or an ogre
Sure.
an orc.
I'm sorry, you're telling me an ogre, a 10-foot tall ogre, runs at you with a butter knife as his weapon?
Please make that canon. Let's do it.
If the butter knife is big enough and you drop it from high enough.
How big can the standard butter knife get? This is not like a cloud sword sized butter knife.
It's a frost giant's butter knife.
Okay, but wait. What if the person is a pixie?
Then they still can't cut someone else's hand off. I mean, they can cut.
No. The pixie is the victim.
Oh, is the victim? Okay, you can cut a pixie's hand off with it, but he's not talking about pixies. He's talking about humanoids.
I can't right now.
Whoa, I'm gonna fight for equal rights for pixies now. I think pixies are humanoids.
Pixie lives
How
matter. What's
dare
wrong
you?
with you, Sawyer?
Okay.
The Fey kind need to stand and unite against the naysayers.
All right.
The Faysayers.
With
Yeah, we
The Faysayers.
as our resident pixie will attest, I imagine that. Okay, fine. They stand alongside everyone else. Their arms just as equally able to be chopped off by butter knives, of which I have now officially looked it up. The world's largest butter knife is 20 feet tall, 24 feet tall. So therefore, yes, fine. A butter knife can't chop the hand off of someone if it's a 20-foot long butter knife.
Wielded by an ogre.
Wielded by an ogre. Wow, we got onto a random tangent with this. What were we doing before this? I'm sorry.
Ellanya stumbled up and he was working on his equipment.
Got it.
And I am working as efficiently as possible. So like when weapons are heating up, I'm having the forge heating things up. Like I'll throw in coal and make sure that Jerry just heats up the forge, and then I'll throw him in like my burner pen and use him as a welder to start welding on my own weapon. And
Okay.
I mean being most efficient with my time.
Okay. Well, Riggs and Ghastgar, you have made your way to the surface as well, right? That was where you were heading. Where were you guys going?
We were going to primarily find Vall, but we are looking for glowy people along the way.
Ah, yes, Vall.
Hey, you know who else glows? Guaranteed he glows.
Jerry.
Yep.
Yes.
Different kind of glow.
Still glows.
I'm gonna throw Kruz into Jerry.
I wonder if you could say that my name is glowing at the moment.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
she's
she
rolling
is.
all right.
It is actually kind of funny. Ellanya, as you kind of straighten yourself up and you look, you see right now at the top near the wheel, you can see Ghastgar's mechanism right now steering the wheel. But just beyond that, kind of through the bottom left rung of the wheel itself, you're able to spot Relic right now, kind of up against a wall, while my name is in front of him, and just like talking right into his face, like both hands like pressed beyond him.
Ellanya's gonna drunkenly scream, "Just kiss her already!" And she's gonna hiccup.
I imagine this is just when Parker and Ghastgar come out onto the deck.
Did we hear that?
Yes, you two most certainly heard that. Vall, have you found your way into position?
The situation has started to escalate. But this is a mission only you can do. You need to stash the underpants on Relic, but in a way that it will be seen in the most epic moment as everything goes straight to hell. I'm done with the count. Only you can take this mission. I believe in you, Button. And Vall slumps to a knee because he can't focus anymore.
This has got some heavy Penguins of Madagascar vibes to it.
Yes! You see Vall as Button climbs the main mast, climbs the side support all the way up to where he's now positioned over Relic, and my name is. You in your drunken stupor at the moment don't fully understand what he's doing until you see him pull the unmentionables from his pocket. Wait, and as Ellanya yells,
Just kiss her already!
he drops them. And right then, as my name is and Relic, who's shy, suddenly go to kiss, a underpants falls right in between, and they kiss right between it. Both of them reeling back in the moment. They look, they see what has fallen. Relic goes from green to red, all the way down his shell. My name is clasps her hands over her mouth and walks back as they both have realized what has just happened. And my name, in her drunkenness, begins to run down the stairs, tripping over herself as she does. And Relic is just in his shell now, just like...
Somebody will Mario Kart him and throw him after her.
Yeah. Does Ellanya see the underpants fall?
Oh yeah,
Does Relic still have them?
they're just in front of him right now.
Hey, Relic! You should go give those back to her.
You see Relic look at you. Roll inspiration. Roll a charisma check.
That was a 1.
Yeah. Would you like to critical gambit?
Oh yeah, critical gambit.
Would you like
Critical
to?
gambit.
This
No,
is like the
no,
most opportune
no,
time. No, this is the most opportune time. The stakes are so low, the reward is so high.
Okay.
Yes.
That was a 15 plus 1, 16. 16.
Rolling a 15.
Grrr! This is final critical gambit!
As you yell that, Relic, looking at you, looking at and now all of those who have now on the ship look up and they see Relic right now, and all eyes turn to him in this moment of embarrassment, and he just continues to shrink into his shell closer, till he is now, not even to you, Ellanya, who has known him his whole life, literally retracts all of his appendages into his shell, and the shell kind of flops over, and it is just a shell that you can see right now, as my name makes her way down under the deck, completely embarrassed as well. It continues on, as everyone now is aware of this.
Parker, run up there
Yes,
and kick him after her. I don't know what's going on, but it seems important. Kick him, kick his shell.
What do you mean
and
kick him?
Kick
I'll
his
destroy
shell.
my hoof. No.
Huum is doing that shaking, quiet hewing as he's trying to contain his laughter. Just like all fours against the deck, just completely inconsolable.
I begin pouring some oil on the deck, and I've got some wax. We wax his shell, and all we have to do is shove
And where do you want to shove him?
right after her. Apparently, that he needs to follow her, but he's being too timid about it.
All right, let's do it.
I begin dumping oil.
The chaos thickens.
I pull out the wax. I wax his shell, and I 3, 2, 1.
Make a strike check.
Shove! Okay.
How far away are they from my workstation while he's waxing his shell?
They're about 50% or 50 feet. What?
That 20, baby!
Crit
Plus
there!
0.
It's gonna be amazing!
Oh, and I'm definitely, I think I've set up Flash of expertise for this, so plus 5, so 25.
With a 25, You boot Relic's shell, and it ricochets across the deck. You see it ping-ponging left, right, left, right, left, right. Kruz, it hits your forge in about 4 different places. Jerry's head peeks out from the forge to see what's going on. Relic continues to go. Mario Kart shell just bounce, 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 bounce. And as My Name Is makes her way down under deck, you see the shell disappear under deck after her.
Wait, so the shell isn't on Jerry or isn't on Relic?
No.
So does that make Relic naked or homeless?
Relic is in the shell.
Oh, he's in the shell. Okay. I wanted to make sure.
But, James, to your point, Relic is naked under his clothes.
No, but if he doesn't have his shell on, does that make him naked or homeless?
No, that makes him dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way that works.
No, James, he's in his shell. He fully retracted into his shell.
Attention, audience. The DM has just gotten back up from the floor, which was not very far, but it still took him a bit.
You can shut up.
Sick burn.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I had to step away because we've been having skunk issues around my property and my dog was losing her. So I had to go see, and then I came back to just waxed up shell bouncing around the ship. So I had to make sure Jerry was in the shell. Or not Jerry, Relic.
Okay.
Nice excuse. I'd use it too.
Well.
Teasing.
Okay, you do hear a, oh, what? No! And then a continuous thing going, and then the slamming of a door.
Ooh.
I mean, bright side for Relic, all eyes are now off of him except for potentially hers.
This is true. Potentially.
Ooh.
Okay, I run up to the door, and I have some, Parker, play romantic music. I hold one orb up and ready to record.
Wait, record the romantic music? Or are you trying to record things on the other side of the door? Okay.
No. I want you to play play something romantic. I will record it and I'll throw it in there.
Play some Celine Dion.
Play some Barry White.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
So I'll pull out the violin and I'll play some like the Amore song.
Oh, amore. Okay. Playing some romantic music into it. Ghastgar, you have successfully recorded the romantic ensemble performed by Prax.
And I yeet it with a command to go find Relic, and My Name Is.
The propeller pops out, it nods, and then flies downstairs. Continues on.
Play!
For about 30 seconds, you begin to hear the repetition of his ensemble play from somewhere below deck.
At this, I strut away, going, "What is this? What we are supposed to do? Is this it? This seems like the moment that needed to happen. Is this right? Did we do this?
No, absolutely not. We definitely were not supposed to be doing this.
I look over to a very sloppy Ellanya. This was the right. We did the right thing, right?
As long as they're in a room alone together and actually talking, we're fine.
Well, after the music that was just sent in after them, maybe they won't be doing very much talking.
And Ellanya's gonna be like,
Why
"Shut
is everyone
up!
intoxicated?
Shut up, Ghastgar! Don't need visuals." And
Why is everyone but the
like,
bard intoxicated?
Wait, you guys were drinking. You didn't invite me.
I was attempting to have girl time, and now I'm very drunk. Can I see Walter?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call him down. Walter!
Can we see Walter?
Yes, Walter is just Walter is up on the rafters, and at the moment, Medina and him are just kind of going left and right around kind of the central metal pillar, trying to see who can tag who. And as Walter's head kind of turns down and sees Ellanya, he goes over, scoops up Medina, and begins to kind of work his way, jumping from rafter to rafter till he lands down in front of you, Ellanya.
Sawyer.
What?
Who's glowing?
Ooh, right now, from what you can see Merdina glowing, Walter glowing, you can see Ellanya glowing, you can see yourself glowing, and you can see Ghastgar glowing.
And so was My Name Is and Relic glowing at all?
My Name Is and Relic were not glowing.
Interesting.
But as Merdina comes down and you see Walter kind of put his shoulder down, Merdina hop off, you see Walter kind of like move up, smiling wide, kind of like playfully Kitty jumps in front of him, kind of waggling his hindquarters and looks down at Merdina and, that was fun, Ellanya.
Ellanya's gonna kind of look at him and be like, Walter, that's Medina.
In that moment, you see him kind of like look up to you, look down at Merdina and blink his eyes and kind of straighten up a little bit more and, right, Merdina, that was a lot of fun, Merdina.
Ellanya's staring at him for a second, and then she's like, we'll talk about this later, I'm sure.
You see Walter kind of like put his head down and then kind of put it up to you and, oh, it was fun. And Merdina was not a trouble, Agi.
Agi, Walter says Medina was not any trouble. And then Ellanya's gonna look at Merdina and kind of look at Agi and wink at her. And she's gonna say, Medina, you want to have a little bit more fun?
Merdina nods excitedly.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like go walk, because she's still next to Walter, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna, like, as I walk up to Walter, I'm gonna kind of like scratch his little cheek fur, and I'm gonna telepathically tell him, like, I hold no anger over you, but I would like to have a discussion with you where no one can hear it. And then I'm gonna look at Merdina and pull out a chocolate bar and smile wickedly, and I'm gonna look at Agi like, trust me. I'm gonna say, I have an idea, and I'm gonna whisper in Merdina's ear. And when I whisper to her, I'm gonna tell her, run down that hallway, knock the doorknobs off the doors, just make as much noise as you possibly can. Make sure you hit Relic and My Name Is his door.
Agi looks at you with eyes wide in disbelief. Even in her drunken stupor, you can see that she heard every word of what you just said. You're telling her to do what? No, Merdina? And then Merdina grabs the chocolate bar. Merdina? And she immediately, by the time she has unwrapped it, it is already in her mouth and she's already swallowed it. And then, Merdina? And Merdina is gone.
Agi, calm
you see
down.
a smoke trail downstairs and you just hear whack, 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 whack as you saw Merdina throw out her two-handed great axe on the way down. Thunk, 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 thunk. And you can imagine right now she is in the process of now breaking off every doorknob underneath on the second layer of the ship. Agi looking to you in eyes full of disbelief. The moment is cut short or cut through by Walter's voice as he says into your head, Ellanya, you know only we can hear each other in the first place, right? So we could technically be talking here. That's kind of how telepathy works.
I'm a little distracted and drunk, Walter. And I would like to remember everything that we say, because I feel like there's a lot of things you're still not telling me. And I know you say you can't tell me. And, but I'm getting really tired of the riddles.
Without realizing at all that you're having a telepathic communication, period, Ghastgar comes up right in the middle of everything you are saying telepathically. And did you know that you're glowing?
What? Why am I? What do you mean I'm glowing? I mean,
you don't see
I might
it.
look cute today.
No, you're glowing. You're glowing just like Parker's glowing.
I'm gonna look at you and Parker and look at my hand and be like, "What did you drink?"
And that is where we leave off for this episode. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, never stop telling stories.
And don't ever forget your punchline.